Right now on NBC 26, live at 6, snow is winding down, but cold is setting in. What you can expect for the rest of your weekend. Plus, the search is on. 2 gas stations held up at gunpoint, and now police are asking for your help. And downtown Appleton gets a facelift thanks to some unique artists adding a winter touch to the landscape. We begin tonight with a storm alert. Up to a foot of snow in some spots covers the ground now, and Arctic air is moving in. Meteorologist Matt Hoffman joins us now. Matt, what is in store for the rest of the weekend?
Well, Raquel, we are going to see that cold air moving in, as you mentioned. Some very frigid conditions tomorrow into Monday, but we're still dealing with the snow in some spots. We still have that winter storm warning for much of the area through the evening hours. Eventually, as the snow moves out from west to east, we'll see these warnings drop. We're still dealing with the snow from Green Bay back to Appleton, south of Wautoma, and basically to the south and east. Some heavier snow over Sheboygan. We'll gradually see this move on out as the evening progresses. Snowfall total is very impressive. Many areas picking up anywhere from 6 inches to as much as a foot or more of snow across northeast Wisconsin. Visibility dropped as well because of the snow, and roads are snow covered, so travel will still be difficult as we head on into this evening. Winds are breezy and blustery. That's leading to blowing and drifting snow as well. So take it easy. Use caution if you have to head out for tonight. We also are starting to see some wind chill advisories going up across the area. We'll talk much more about the cold weather that's on the way tonight coming up in the full forecast. Raquel?
Well, here's a look at the road conditions in the area right now. And although they've improved since this morning, you can still see they're not perfect yet. Blue spots are snow covered, purple are slippery spots, and drivers are asked to use caution and allow room for snowplows to work. Well, law enforcement is reminding people to take it slow on the roads after a Wisconsin state trooper is almost hit on the highway. This is the squad car that was hit while the officer was helping someone who had spun out. The crash happened on I-41 near the Fond du Lac and Dodge County lines. Luckily, no one was hurt. Well, if you got a head start on your shoveling yesterday or this morning, it probably didn't make too much of a difference as snow slammed northeast Wisconsin throughout the day today. NBC 26's Marissa DiCandido is live now in Ashwaubenon with more. Marissa?
Yeah, Raquel, so just when you thought the snow would be over today, more would come down. It seemed to come down in waves, making roads and sidewalks slippery all day. Most events are canceled and places closed, but not Northeast Wisconsin Technical College.
The other 6 guys all came in on overtime.
The snow making it an early morning.
The roads weren't the greatest at 3:30 this morning.
For Brian Famry.
We were here at 5 o'clock this morning and had everything nice and cleaned up and safe for everybody to come in, and 2 hours later the snow started back up and now we're back at it again.
All that snow is keeping Brian busy.
Mostly shoveling sidewalks, salting sidewalks, just keeping the egress paths safe for people that are coming in and out of the building.
And the Green Bay Police Department says it's been busy responding to accidents since yesterday afternoon.
Since 3 o'clock yesterday, we've had 36 accidents in the city of Green Bay. 12 of which had injuries.
Lieutenant Ramos says luckily no injuries were serious, but he is reminding drivers to slow down.
We ask that you just give a longer reactionary distance or braking distance between you and the vehicle in front of you.
And the best advice of all, if you don't have to be out on the roads, then don't drive. Yeah, if you're out on the road, remember to use your headlights no matter what time of day it is to increase visibility. And, of course, give yourself a little more time to get wherever you need to go. Live in Ashwaubenon, keeping you connected, Marissa DiCandido, NBC 26.
Now, as you make your plan of attack to shovel all of the new snow, remember there's a deadline to have it cleared. In Green Bay, homeowners are required to clear the sidewalks of snow and ice within 24 hours after the snow has stopped falling. Now, it's because of all of this snow that some snowmobile trails are opening up for the season. The southeast, southwest, and central sections of the Door County Snowmobile Trail system open today. Conditions are listed as fair and partially groomed. For a link on snowmobile conditions, just head to our website and click on this story. Well, NBC 26 is keeping you connected throughout the storm. We're bringing you up-to-the-minute coverage on air and online. To track the storm and any weather event, just download our Storm Shield app available on your smartphone. New information now. Green Bay police are asking for help after 2 gas stations are robbed overnight by 2 separate men. The first happened around 3 a.m. at the Shell gas station on University Avenue. The robber, described as a black man about 6 feet tall and 280 pounds. The second happened just 20 minutes later at this Lombardi Express off Ashland Avenue. The suspect is described as a thin white man. Both men used handguns to conduct the robbery and left with undisclosed amounts of cash.
Nothing would indicate that the two are related. We do know that the physical descriptions are 2 different people, but that's what we know at this point. Anything more would be presumptive, but we don't believe they are involved or at least working in concert.
Now, if anyone has any information, they are asked to call the Green Bay Police Department. The Brown County Sheriff's Department is looking for a man who allegedly threatened a 16-year-old with an AR-15 looking for drugs. The incident happened on the 1300 block of Bellevue Street at the Bellevue Trailer Park. The man is described as a white man in his 40s or 50s, skinny build, with graying stubble face hair and a distinct Russian accent. Nearby gas stations also caught the vehicle that man was allegedly driving, seen here described as a maroon or red sedan. Anyone with information is asked to call the Brown County Sheriff's Department. A rooftop fire at a Grand Chute Walmart created a scare this morning. The blaze broke out just after 1 a.m. at this Walmart off of Mutual Way. The store was evacuated as crews worked to get that fire under control.
There was no loss of product at Walmart. They were able to get a refrigeration truck in right away to get the product stored, and the store was able to be reopened immediately.
The damage is to the rooftop refrigeration unit. The rest of that store appears to be okay. The cause of that fire is under investigation tonight. Now, President-elect Donald Trump held another thank you rally, this time in Florida. Trump spoke about his ideas on domestic and foreign policy, but as in the past, he continued with a script that doesn't include Russia. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell has that story.
Back in rally mode.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas.
The president-elect took his thank you tour to Orlando, Florida Friday night.
And I love this state. I love the people.
But Donald Trump ignored the controversy over Vladimir Putin and Russia's cyber attack on the U.S. election. Hours earlier, President Obama urged Trump to publicly support a bipartisan investigation. Team Trump shifted the spotlight back to Hillary Clinton.
This wouldn't have happened if Hillary Clinton didn't have a secret server.
However, the hack hit the DNC and a top aide's Gmail account and not Clinton's home server. But in a speech to her campaign donors, Clinton said her past criticism of Putin's, quote, illegitimate election made her his target.
Vladimir Putin himself directed the covert cyber attacks against our electoral system, against our democracy, apparently because he has a personal beef against me.
Clinton blamed Putin and the FBI letter about her email investigation for her defeat.
I happen to believe this, that that letter most likely made the difference in the outcome.
Preparing to leave the White House, First Lady Michelle Obama hinted at her disappointment over the results in an interview with Oprah Winfrey.
See, now we're feeling what not having hope feels like. You know, hope is necessary. It's a necessary concept. And Barack didn't just talk about hope because he thought it was just a nice slogan to get votes. I mean, he and I and so many believe that what else do you have if you don't have hope? Yeah. What do you give your...
Happening today, about 2,500 people gathered at Mershon Auditorium at Ohio State University to remember the late space pioneer, John Glenn. Glenn became the first American to orbit the Earth in 1962. Vice President Joe Biden choked up while speaking about the late space hero and former U.S. Senator, his friend for more than 40 years.
The thing that I liked most about John was he knew from his upbringing that ordinary Americans could do extraordinary things.
Glenn served as a longtime Democratic senator from Ohio. He died December 8th at 95 years old. Well, still ahead on NBC 26, ice sculptures line the streets of a city in the Fox Valley, how they transform their downtown into a winter wonderland. But first, is this the end of the snow or is more on the way? Your forecast is next.